Hey folks, it's news in the flash. Today we have one, two, three, four, five stories we'll bring to you on 1/17/25, January 17th. We're getting closer to the inauguration, so we're getting closer to Liberation Day as I see it. Uh, when President Trump and Vice President Vance will be sworn in, and that'll be on Monday. The first item is Supreme Court upholds TikTok ban. Now I know that Trump is I think, opposed to this, or at least indicates he is and wants to try to prevent it in some form. I would support preventing it if we could have an American corporation take control of it and have that information remain in the United States. If we cannot, then I support the ban. So I think this is a good decision. It's a foreign corporation, one, and it's a risk to national security. So this is something that I do support. I think they made the right decision here, and it depends on your perspective of things. Second thing is female teacher, again, is accused of having sex with a minor, this time someone who was 11, and having a baby with them. This has happened frequently. It seems to be a growing problem. It doesn't happen with all teachers, so it shouldn't be used as a way to kind of judge everyone. Um, I don't know if it would affect this situation, but I do believe that um, for the high school level, and basically I would say from grade 7 to grade 12, which is what I would include in kind of a high school level, but that's considered middle school as well. Boys and girls should be divided up and sent to separate schools. Puberty kicks in around those ages, and uh, between the two, it becomes easier to focus and less issues if girls and boys can learn in a different environment. You can put them in the same school, but different wings. For example, if one wing is the boys' wing, the girls. They don't really interact. You could put them into just separate schools, boys' school and girls' school. I think that that is the best way to go, and I think that should be true with teaching as well. Male teacher should be for the male schools, female teacher for the female schools, for the most part, and that would avoid some of those issues. This is something that needs to be taken care of. It has to be done in the states because states have control over education, but you could try it in executive order nationally. It hasn't been suggested, but it's something I've always firmly believed in as one reform to be made to the education system, public education system. That I think that would work. It's only so that girls, in addition to boys, can get the best education possible. We need a lot of education reform, but that's something that could be done. Next in the news of the flash is in West Virginia. The governor there was sworn in, and one of their first executive orders was to remove DEI. Very good. And that's diversity, equity, inclusion. It's a racist program. So that's a good idea. And then the second was also vaccine mandates, to remove those as well. Again, another good idea. There seems to be a lot of problems with vaccines. When I was a kid, we got a lot less of vaccines as children than children today do. There seems to be rising rates since the 90s of autism and other problems. So we need to look into this. And I think with having Bobby Kennedy Jr. Become the new Secretary of Health and Human Services, that will propel the efforts to look into this in a serious way and to see what the problem is and to resolve the problem. That's the whole goal. So now the next issue is reciprocity, national reciprocity. Uh, what that is it's a push, a move in the House of Representatives that is happening that your your right to carry it's national gun reciprocity. So basically, or I would call it natural rights reciprocity. That if you're exercising your right to keep and bear arms in one state where it is certainly protected more and you're allowed to conceal carry, you're going to be allowed to do that in states where that's not allowed, as long as you are a resident of that other state. I believe in this because I believe in the right to keep and bear arms. As long as you're not a threat to yourself and society, you should have a right to carry it nationwide. It's a nationwide right. So I do believe this is uh, a good bill. I think it should be passed in both houses and it should be sent to Trump and he should sign it. It should become the law of the land. And not only this, it's gaining bipartisan support from both sides. So that's also a very good uh, move. The last thing here is that this is kind of a interesting situation. For the first time of three times, going to have three times this year, going to have a unique year. Six planets will align. I don't know if it'll be six, three times six planets, but three times the planets will align together. But this time it'll be six planets aligned. With this alignment is set up for January 21st. Kind of interesting. It's kind of the day after the inauguration, so it's around inauguration time, and it will be visible for about a month. It's a quite a rare event, as I said. There's two more this year, as I said before. And once that happens, because it's a rare event, it won't happen again into 2040, folks. So go out into to just after sunset. That's the best time to see it, and look for the alignment. The best one to you could spot it with the human eye, Mars. Look for Mars, and then that's how it kind of goes in an arc, which includes Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and Venus are kind of aligned with one another in an arc formation, east to west. So it goes east to west. Best time to see it is right after sunset in a darkened sky, so a sky that's not polluted by artificial light. So try to be out in the countryside or something like that. Um, Probably one of the best places is out in the desert out in Arizona, but nobody can get there. But yeah, that's happening. That's kind of interesting situation. Uh, what's that mean astrologically? Because I have a great interest in astrology. I don't discuss it much, but I don't know whether astrology is right or wrong, or whether it's accurate or not, or whether it has any meaning at all. But astrology used to be unified with astronomy, which is a study of how the planets move, which is a scientific endeavor. But it's an esoteric endeavor and or an occult endeavor, or however you want to put it. When planets align like that, um, I guess you have to take the energies of what each planet means as well. But in a generic sense, it means a powerful shift in energy when you have so many planets aligning like that. So this is a powerful shift in energy, which again, if you read it according to the Trump inauguration, means that's true. We're going to get a powerful shift in energy that's going to help the Trump administration change things. It's going to be good for that. Um, but they say that this alignment will be a time to reflect, personally, a time to realign, one's principles, and most important of all, it's to manifest your highest potential as a person. And you can look at that in a nationwide scale. It's a time to realign what we're doing nationwide, which is what a new inauguration is, a new administration is. It's a time to reflect on how things have been, and to develop better policies, which they've already done, and to manifest the highest potential. So we could be in for a good 4 years maybe by this alignment process. I don't know. Just kind of my reflections on it, and I think it's kind of an interesting situation. Interesting situation. Anyways, that's news in a flash for today, January 17th, 2025. This is Northmeister's Round, Northmeister here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and have a good day, folks. Oh, go out and see that alignment.